You're worried about inflation. The dollar's losing value. Banks are failing. And every financial guru on the internet is screaming the same thing. Buy gold. Buy gold. So you look at gold prices, $2,100 an ounce, and you think, okay, I'll buy some. But here's the problem. You can't eat gold. You can't heat your house with it. If the dollar collapses tomorrow, that gold bar sitting in your safe doesn't put food on your table. Meanwhile, the Amish, a community that survived every financial crisis for the past 300 years, aren't buying gold. They're buying something completely different, something that actually produces value, something that gets more valuable during a crisis, not less. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what it is, because this might be the smartest hedge against economic collapse that nobody's talking about. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Money Context. If you're new here, this is where we reveal the real story behind money and power. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Alright, so let's talk about gold. And look, I'm not anti-gold. Gold has been a store of value for thousands of years. It's protected wealth through wars, hyperinflation, and currency collapses. I get the appeal. But here's what nobody tells you about gold. It's a dead asset. You buy it, you store it, you hope the price goes up. But while you're holding it, it produces nothing. No income, no yield, no compounding. It just sits there. And in a real crisis, a genuine economic collapse, gold has a major problem: liquidity. Try buying groceries with a gold coin. Try paying your electric bill with gold. It doesn't work. You need to convert it back to currency first. And if the system's collapsing, good luck with that. So what do the Amish do instead? The Amish Hedge. Productive assets. The Amish don't trust banks. They don't trust the stock market. They don't trust the government. But they survived the Great Depression better than almost anyone else. And here's how. They invested in productive assets. Assets that generate real value regardless of what's happening with currency. Specifically, farmland, livestock, tools, and skills. Let me break down why this is genius. Farmland, the ultimate inflation hedge. While you're buying gold that sits in a vault, the Amish are buying farmland. And here's the thing about farmland. It produces food. Every single year. You buy 10 acres of good farmland today. In 5 years, the dollar might be worth half as much. But that farmland? It's still producing corn, wheat, vegetables. Real things people need to survive. And here's the kicker. When inflation hits, food prices go up. So not only is your land holding value, the output is worth more. Gold doesn't do that. Gold just sits there hoping someone else will pay more for it later. But farmland? It's working for you every season. It's producing income. It's feeding people. It's compounding value. And get this, institutional investors know this. Bill Gates is now the largest private farmland owner in America. Why? Because he knows what the Amish have known for 300 years. During a crisis, people don't need gold. They need food. Livestock. Living assets that multiply. Here's where it gets even better. The Amish don't just buy land, they stock it with livestock. You buy 5 chickens. In 6 months, you've got 50 chickens. Those chickens are producing eggs every single day. You're eating, you're trading, you're building wealth that multiplies on its own. Compare that to gold. You buy 1 gold coin. In 6 months, you still have 1 gold coin. It didn't reproduce. It didn't produce anything. It's the same inert piece of metal. But livestock? Livestock is a living, multiplying asset. The Amish understand this deeply. Cows produce milk and calves. Chickens produce eggs and more chickens. Pigs produce meat and piglets. These aren't just stores of value, they're value generators. And in a real economic crisis, a cow is worth infinitely more than a gold bar. Because you can drink the milk, You can sell the milk. You can breed the cow. The cow is productive capital. Tools and skills, the recession-proof wealth. Here's the third part of the Amish strategy. They invest heavily in tools and skills. A master carpenter with a full set of tools can generate income in any economy. Depression, boom, collapse. Doesn't matter. People always need things built and fixed. You spend $5,000 on gold, you've got $5,000 in gold. You spend $5,000 on professional-grade carpentry tools and 6 months learning the skill, and now you can generate $50,000 a year. Forever. Skills don't inflate away. Tools don't lose value in a currency crisis. And the ability to produce something people need, that's recession-proof. The Amish invest in blacksmithing, carpentry, farming skills, animal husbandry. These aren't hobbies. These are economic survival tools. Meanwhile, the gold bug is sitting on a metal bar, hoping the price goes up, unable to produce a single dollar of income. The real crisis scenario. Let's play out a real crisis. The dollar collapses. Hyperinflation hits. Banks close. The gold investor has a safe full of gold. Can't buy groceries with it. Can't trade it easily. Needs to find someone willing to accept gold for goods. Probably gets ripped off because nobody knows the real value anymore. Slowly depletes gold reserves just to survive. The Amish hedge investor has farmland producing food, has chickens laying eggs, has a cow producing milk, has the skills to fix things for neighbors in exchange for goods, doesn't need the banking system, doesn't need currency, is completely self-sufficient. Who's actually wealthy in that scenario? The person with the gold? Or the person with the land, livestock, and skills? How you can actually do this. Now, I'm not saying you need to become Amish. I'm not saying sell everything and buy a farm in Pennsylvania. But you can adopt the principle. Invest in productive assets, not just stores of value. Option 1. Buy farmland, even small parcels. You don't need 100 acres. You can buy 1 to 5 acres in a rural area. Rent it out to a local farmer. Or start small-scale farming yourself on weekends. Option 2. Start a backyard food system. Chickens are legal in most suburban areas. A small coop costs $500. 6 chickens produce about 25 eggs per week. That's real production, real value, real food security. Option 3. Learn a valuable skill. Carpentry, plumbing, electrical work, welding. Skills that produce income regardless of what the stock market or dollar is doing. Option 4. Invest in farmland REITs. If you can't buy physical land, companies like Farmland Partners or Gladstone Land allow you to invest in farmland through the stock market. You get exposure to farmland appreciation plus crop income. Option 5. Buy productive tools. A $3,000 investment in quality tools for a trade can generate $30,000 plus per year in side income. That's a 10 times return in year 1. Gold can't do that. The uncomfortable truth. Here's what the gold dealers don't want you to know. Gold is a bet that things stay broken. You're hoping society stays dysfunctional enough that people keep treating metal as valuable. But productive assets? They create value. They solve problems. They feed people. They build things. The Amish aren't hoping for collapse. They're prepared for it. And their strategy works in good times and bad times. Because farmland produces food whether the economy is booming or crashing. Skills generate income whether we're in a bull market or a depression. Livestock multiplies regardless of what the Federal Reserve is doing. Gold just sits there. Look, I'm not saying don't own any gold. Diversification is smart. But if your entire crisis hedge strategy is shiny metal in a safe, you're missing the bigger picture. The Amish figured out 300 years ago that real wealth isn't about what you hoard. It's about what you can produce. So while everyone else is panic buying gold, Maybe it's time to think like the Amish. Buy the land, learn the skill, start the backyard chickens, build real, productive wealth. If this changed how you think about protecting your money, hit that like button and subscribe to Money Context for more financial truth they don't teach you. Drop a comment. Would you rather have $10,000 in gold or 5 acres of farmland? Let's see where people stand. I'll see you in the next one.